Tell me what were their reactions? What was your
Well, of course,
daughter's
they're very, very
reaction, son's?
happy.
Yeah.
They're very, very happy and they were beaming with pride. Well, I was very thankful that my work has been recognized and today I'm being honored in front of the nation and it was really a beautiful feeling. And yes, the second thought was I wish was my dad was here to see it for sure. For the younger generation, yes, it's very important for them to be emotionally strong because of the kind of negative trolling that happens. It can affect anyone's mental health.
Hi, you're watching India Today. This is Nirali in conversation with Padma Shri Raveena Ravi Tandon. Welcome to India Today, ma'am. It's my pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much, Nirali.
Before I begin this conversation, I of course have to congratulate you for being conferred with the fourth highest civilian award of India,
Thank
Padma
you.
Shri.
Thank you.
Take me through the emotions that you went through when the announcement was made that you have won a Padma Shri. What were the thoughts that came to your mind?
Well, I was very thankful that my work has been recognized, and today I'm being honored in front of the nation, and it was really a beautiful feeling. And yes, the second thought was I wish was my dad was here to see it for sure.
Yeah. And I remember reading one of your interviews that you were very happy when they announced your name as Raveena Ravi Tandon.
Yes.
How much did you miss your dad at the moment, when you were at the Rashtrapati Bhavan
Well, I think
in
that
Delhi?
says it all.
Yeah.
I think that says it all.
Hmm.
The very fact that
Hmm.
they announced the name that way says it all.
Yeah. Tell me, how was the experience, being at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, being conferred with Padma Shri by the hands of the President of India?
Well, I think she was so humble and so sweet because as soon as I went to receive the award from her, she looked at me and she said, "I'm so happy. I've seen all your films and I'm so happy that I am giving you this award." I said, "Ma'am, the honor is completely mine that I am receiving this award from your hands."
Yeah.
So I think it was a little bit of a mutual admiration society there. And it was so humble and sweet of her to say that. So that really made my day. And then when I turned around, I saw the beaming faces of my children and my
Yeah.
husband, and I was like, yes, it's all worth it.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, your family was present at the ceremony. Tell me, what were their reactions? What was your
Well, of course,
daughter's
they're very, very
reaction, son's?
happy.
Yeah.
They're very, very happy, and they were beaming with pride.
Yeah. But also, ma'am, it's been like 3 decades that you have been in the industry. You have delivered so many successful films. If you had to sum up your 3 decade journey in a few lines, how would you do that?
Well, my 3 decade journey, it's been a lot of ups and downs. I've taken gaps in the middle as well, but then it's always been more about quality of work than quantity. So I'm not the kind who wants to be seen every day on in theaters, but the kind of work that I've done, the kind of social relevant films that I've done, whether it was Matra Shul, Satta, Daman, or Jago, or it was. I'm forgetting a few now, but yes,
Yeah.
most definitely, or it was Aranyak, which also had a strong social message for women empowerment. So these are the things that I've always tried to do with the personal causes that I believe in. I've tried to convert them onto film. So it's been a journey of all that accumulatively that I'm very thankful. And this whole year has been a year of awards. It was the HTT OTT Awards. It was the Filmfare Awards. It was every award that was there. I won for Aranyak and for KGF.
Yeah.
And of course, the India Today
The
survey as well.
yeah. Coming to that, you topped the India Today survey. You were at the number one position, getting the maximum number of votes. Tell me, how was your feeling when you read that you have beat the odds of Abhishek Bachchan, say Sushmita Sen, and you have reached the top position of being an OTT star, number one OTT star.
Well, I think it was such an honor, and I think it was so wonderful to see my name up there, and it's really been great to have the masses of this country vote for you, like the poll said. So I'm very, very grateful.
Yeah. Ma'am, 90s was the time when you entered the industry. You started very young in the industry. Tell me, what were the sort of challenges that you had to face, being a young person and entering the industry? What were the hardships that you had to face to reach the position where you are today in this industry?
Well, there are a lot of ups and downs, and yes, there is a lot of struggle, and yes, for sure there is. You learn the hard way because if you're, out there and it's not that you're under anyone's protection, so to speak. So you do end up making mistakes. You do end up learning the hard way, and yes, the industry and in the 90s was a male-dominated industry. And I'm glad that we've now reached a point where there's been such a wonderful positive change. There are women helming a lot of, whether they're directors, producers, or they are platform heads, or they are programming heads, or they are choreographers. They are, in fact, I just did Patna Shukla, where I worked with Neha Paryatani, where she's actually one of the first female director of photography whom I worked with, a
Yeah.
DOP, and it was such an honor to work under her. So I think there's been a beautiful and a fantastic positive change in our
Yeah.
industry.
And as someone who's been, in the industry for like 3 decades, what's the shift or the change that you see in the working pattern of Bollywood? Be it in 90s and now that you are working still, you have so many projects lined up as well.
Well, I think like I said, there's been a positive change.
Hmm.
It's been a very professional change,
Hmm.
which I think is fantastic, which is happening in our industry. Things are moving in such a way that it's become very, very, uh, besides being professional, it's become very, uh, an intelligent way of working, which is cost effective, economically effective as well. And these things I think will definitely make a change, even to the kind of money that is spent and the money that is earned. So I think all these things factors, it's going in a very like a professional industry kind of. Earlier we were all over the place.
Yeah.
Now I feel there's more focus and there's more an alignment
Yeah.
towards the kind of work that we are doing.
And out of all the films that you have done so far in your career, which is the one film, if I have to ask you, that you would want to be remade? One cult classic film that you would want to be
I don't
remade?
think cult classics, honestly, if you ask me, can be
Hmm.
remade, because once they're made, then you're just trying to copy them and make them again.
Hmm.
So I don't think there's a point in making them again.
Making them
No.
again. The connectivity between the fans and the stars.
Well, I think the connectivity, I think nowadays stars are much, much more accessible.
Hmm.
Because there's social media, there's a one on one action, you can really talk to the stars, you can deal with the stars, everything. But in the earlier days, it was not so, I think.
Hmm.
Earlier days, there was there's only whatever the journalists wrote through that, people would realize what
Yeah.
stars are all about. But now I think there's more accessibility, which I think social media to a certain extent is a boon.
Yeah.
And I think it is harmful as well.
Hmm.
So for the younger generation, yes, it's very important for them to be emotionally strong because of the kind of negative trolling that happens. It can affect anyone's mental health. And I think to a certain degree, people all these trolls stop thinking that these people also are human beings and they can get affected. And that is, I think, takes a very heavy toll on youngsters. So there it is harmful.
Yeah.
So as far as a boon, when I say it's a boon, it's because you have a direct reach to your audience, which is again fantastic because you can put the truth out there.
Yeah. And last year you had this blockbuster film, which is the third highest grossing film of all time, KGF 2. Tell me, how was the experience working on that? And there's a curiosity to know about the next part, that is KGF 3. If you can share something about on that.
Well, keeping my fingers crossed that there will be a KGF 3 and we'll be working on it very soon. But KGF 2 was a wonderful experience. I had fun working with these youngsters, and especially Prashant as a director, so focused, knew exactly what he wanted and what he was doing. So it was just amazing, an amazing experience working with them.
And lastly, you have worked with the biggest names in this industry, be it anyone. Today, if I have to ask you, which is the one actor that you have, continued your bond over the years, and which is the one actor you have enjoyed working with always?
I think all of them, from Sanju to Salman to everybody. I think I've continued being friends with them. Sunil and Chichi and everyone. Whenever we meet so well, Jagu. So it's so much fun to meet them when I bump into them somewhere or when we are working together again. Sanju and me will be doing Gurchadi again after
Yeah.
KGF. So I'm really looking forward to
Yeah.
that.
And on the work front, you do have a lot of projects. Can you share something about the projects that you are working on and that are about to release?
Um, I think there'll be a show releasing called Karma Calling, which is on Hotstar. Then there is Gur Chadi, which is a film with Sanju. Then there is Patna Shukla, which again deals with a very relevant subject. Then again there is another show that I've okayed, which is in writing. Then of course there'll be the sequel to Aranya coming up also very soon. So yes, the sequels are all also being planned.
Yeah, looking forward to all of that. And I
Thank
wish
you
you
so
all
much.
the luck, ma'am.
Thank
And
you
this
so
is
much.
just the beginning. You
Thank
have
you
a
so
lot
much.
more to achieve ahead.
Thank you,
Thanks
Nirali.
a lot.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Bye.